Welcome to the Embrace Strength podcast. I'm your host, Ashley Crocker. I am an experienced trainer and active life professional. I work with people who are struggling with nagging pain to get back to the activities they love without fear of re-injury. This podcast is here to educate and provide value to you on all things health, fitness, staying active, and personal development. Let's dive in. Hello. Welcome back to the podcast. I'm actually recording this episode on my phone because all of a sudden my podcast software is like having an error. And this is my third podcast I've recorded today, so I don't know why all of a sudden I decided to poop out. But I'm just recording this on my phone because I'm on a roll and I am getting things batched. So we're going with it, but the audio might not be as good as normal. So just wanted to preface this episode by saying that. But I'm excited to get into today's episode because we're going to talk about what if you could trust your body again. And I am specifically speaking to people who are currently injured, you're rehabbing an injury, or you're just kind of dealing with a nagging pain and it's impacting your life, how you work out in the gym and things like that. So really getting into the mental side of things when it comes to dealing with a nagging pain or injury. And honestly, no one knows this better than myself from not only working with dozens of clients who are dealing with pain coming back from injuries, but going through this myself before I ever learned how to do this for other people. And so, basically, if you are dealing with an injury or have dealt with an injury, you know the mental mind fuck it can really be, especially if you are someone who is used to strength training hard, you're used to lifting heavy and pushing yourself in the gym, and then you get injured, and that time period where you're rebuilding strength is really like, oh my gosh, what happened to me? That's exactly how I felt post physical therapy after my ankle surgery. I was like, honestly, what happened to my body? Because right before I broke my ankle and had to go through surgery or whatever, I was the strongest I had been in a long time. I was going through this phase of my life where I was like rebuilding some strength with lifting heavier again. And I was feeling so good. I was hip thrusting over 300 pounds. I was back squatting over 200 pounds. And so I was like feeling the strongest that I had in a really long time. And that was really exciting to me because I was in a period of high stress, but like before that, I didn't have access to a lot of heavier weights due to my living situation. And so it was just really good to be back in the gym, lifting heavy again. And then I got injured, and after going through my physical therapy, I could not believe how much strength I had lost in my lower body. I had still kept up with training my upper body and core work and things, but my lower body, I mean, it just felt like a total shit show. I felt like I couldn't do anything. And like, I wanted to be able to do regular, quote unquote, regular training, but I just couldn't. My body could not. And it was that whole process of rebuilding back the strength and like just not being able to do simple things. Like a full range of motion split squat, or not even being able to do a quarter squat, and just like what is happening to me, like versus when you're used to being able to squat 200 pounds and on the bar with like no problems. And so that can just really be such a mental, really mess with your mind. But even after that initial strength building post injury, it can still mess with your head, because if you are not feeling confident about the way that you rehabbed, or you're not feeling back up to your like regular strength, but you are still trying to train like you used to, you probably subconsciously have a lot of compensations that you're doing because you are nervous about re-injuring yourself, or you're not totally sure if like you should be doing this movement, or like you're not sure about the loading. And so like even something as small as like a slight shift in the way that you're pulling a deadlift, or a slight shift in the way that you're doing a squat, can actually be a compensation that you're just doing without even thinking about because of your lacking range of motion in a certain area, or you are just not feeling things in the right places. And so how this can kind of snowball sometimes is, so let's say you are shifting the way that you're moving in something like a deadlift or a squat. So it might not be that big of a deal initially, but you might be able to get away with doing that for a couple of months before another pain might pop up, right? So let's say you have something like an ankle injury. You're doing this compensation pattern for a couple of months, and then all of a sudden, my back starts to feel a little tweaky. My back feels a little suspicious around here, okay? And then maybe it's like your knee that also starts feeling a little sus. And the reason for those other aches or pains popping up is actually for that compensation that you're doing due to your old injury. And that can cause further issues. And like a lot of times when it comes to like injuries, it's usually multiple sites of like pain. It's rarely like, I'm just feeling pain in this one spot. It's usually like, I'm feeling pain in this spot and also this spot and sometimes this spot. And that's because like of the compensations that you are probably doing and without even realizing it. So, with all of that being said, with that kind of vision that I just painted when it comes to how you might feel currently if you're dealing with an injury, coming back from an injury, whatever, I know that all of that is impacting your mental state when you are in the gym, because you are probably somebody who follows a specific strength training program through an app or a template, or you might go to a group class. And if that is the case, you are probably mentally exhausted from trying to figure out the mental gymnastics of like, okay, is this movement going to be okay on my knee today? How should I modify this? Should I swap it out for a different movement? Should I just skip this movement altogether? Because the last time I did this movement, my knee was hurting for 2 days afterwards. Or, I know that these are all things that are probably going through your head if you're dealing with an injury and you're just trying to like manage around your body. You're trying to modify around the injury instead of working with it. Like I see a lot of avoidance when it comes to dealing with a nagging injury, when in reality, instead of just avoiding the issue, you actually need to work with it in order to move through it. And so anyways, you're just like managing all these different things around movements, and that does not make you feel capable. It actually makes you feel the opposite of capable, because you want to be able to walk into a gym and feel strong. You want to feel capable. You want to feel athletic. But now, instead of that, every workout, it feels like this crazy balancing act of like, okay, is this going to flare up my issue? Is this not going to flare up my issue? Should I do this movement? Should I skip this movement? Like, how can I work around this today? Should I modify this way? Should I modify this way? Like, and that is mentally exhausting, and it doesn't make you it doesn't make you feel strong and capable like you want to feel in the gym, right? And with that being said, I wanted to ask you a question, like, what if you could trust your body again? What if you could walk into the gym, be confident in what you were actually doing, and you knew that the workout you were about to do was the right thing for your body? You're working with your body, you're working on correcting the imbalance, you're working on getting out of pain, and you just knew that this was actually going to move the needle forward instead of this potentially being a workout where it could set you back a couple of days, right? Like, you knew it was, what if you knew it was forward progress towards fixing your issue, and you were building more confidence in your body, building strength at the same time. And that was translating over into your everyday life too. So you aren't just feeling stronger in the gym, but what if you were feeling stronger in your life when it came to going on a hike with your dog, or moving a piece of furniture, or moving around a box, right? Like, you actually notice like more confidence in just being able to do regular things around your house you want to be able to do. You were able to get up and down off the floor to play with your kid a lot easier. You're able to pick up your toddler a lot easier. And you were able to focus on just getting stronger and working with your body, and you were actually seeing the results from that, and you weren't flaring up. Like, that is what rebuilding trust in your body actually looks like when you're coming back from an injury. It doesn't look like this constant like tightrope of like, is this going to flare me up? Is this not going to flare me up? Like, oh my gosh, like I had to chase after my dog and that pissed off my knee for like 4 days, right? Like, I know that's not what you want. And when it comes to actually getting that result that you do want, and you want to rebuild that trust in your body again, it doesn't just happen on accident, right? It doesn't happen by doing random Instagram exercises you found, or this random YouTube mobility routine you found for your issue. Like, that stuff is not going to move the needle forward for your body, because how do you actually know that that's going to move your body forward? Like, you don't even know really what all is involved in your injury that you're working through. So I'll just give you a quick little rundown. So if you're dealing with knee pain, it's never just about the knee. In every case of knee pain that I have worked with, there's also issues above and below typically. There's also issues strength side to side. Like, it's multifaceted. It's not just like, oh, your knee hurts, you should do these knee extension exercises. Like, there are other factors in play, and you have to look at your body as a whole if you truly want to be able to fix your issue. I can say the same thing for back pain. It's never just about an exercise for your back. It's about why the heck your back is even hurting in the first place. And 99% of the time, a back issue is also related to an imbalance in the legs, and posterior chain weakness, and the inability to fully lengthen your glutes in a hinge movement. So your back and hamstrings are just taking over. Like, there's just so much involved. And that's just not going to get fixed by doing some like cat cows that you found on YouTube that are good for your back. Yes, cat cows are great, but like, this is what I mean when your pain is so much more layered and multifaceted than you yourself actually have the knowledge base for, because it's not your zone of genius, right? It's my zone of knowledge, right? And so you're not just going to get to this place of trusting your body again and freedom in how you move and live your life without support and knowledge from somebody who actually knows how to get to the root cause of your issue and like something truly custom to you. It doesn't happen by accident. It doesn't happen by only seeing a physical therapist once a month. It doesn't happen by going to weekly massages and weekly chiropractic. Like, it requires much more intention and much more progression. And that happens through getting support. There's never just one magic drill or one magic exercise. It's very multifaceted and layered. And so if this episode spoke to you and you're like, hey, I do want to learn how to trust my body again, I do want to work on this issue, then joining my 8-week movement rebuild is probably for you. So I'm going to link up the info in the show notes to the Movement Rebuild landing page and also to my Instagram, because I want you to shoot me a DM that says rebuild if you want more info on this offer. But basically what this offer is an 8-week one-on-one coaching container where we're going to get you started with moving in the right direction on your custom program to get out of pain, rebuild trust in your body, and train and get back to working out like you want to, without hesitation, without worry, all the things. I have 5 spots open for this offer, and we start July 14th. So if you are interested, want more info, send me a DM, visit the landing page. The links to sign up are on there. Would love to chat with you, answer all your questions, and let's get you in this offer, because if you desire to be able to trust your body again, finally fix this issue, and so you can live the active life that you want, this is for you, and the 8 weeks will get you moving in the right direction. All right. Thanks for listening. Talk to you next time.